Hi there, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I do hope you're all doing well. So, Harvey let you know, yeah, you gotta go back. The simple things, I forget them so easily. I mean, obviously you're going to get the other ones, but hey, let's celebrate, shall we? I think that's going to be our last celebration. These are the two gyroids I got. I believe that one on the left is a tacoid and the one on the right is an oinkoid. Okay, I actually found 5 fossils after complaining about it in the last video. I never find 5, I only find 4. So today I find 5. Take that back, I found 6. Oh my goodness, hey, maybe that's the 4th one, 5th one missing. We'll pretend it's tea. Not a coffee drinker. You're more than welcome, sir. Okay, so I did promise that we were going to get some terraforming done. I know some of you are not a fan of this. I don't mind it. It's your island. You do what you want to do and have fun doing it. But if you've been following me since the very beginning, I do not like the claustrophobia aspect of the game. And that back area, you can't even access it to get to the private beach. I know you can use ladders and inclines. I don't like it. I want it to be open in the back so that I can access it any way, anytime. And that includes when I dive into the ocean and start swimming around. And if I fill up on items and I need to get back on land, I don't want to have to swim all the way around to the front of the island just to get back on dry land. And I know it sounds ridiculous. It is, but that's me. I'm ridiculous. This area was far more important to me, though. I didn't like how close it was to the beach. I want ease of access. I don't know how else to say it. I'm not going to be bumping into stuff and scraping my shoulder along just to walk along that side of the beach. It's not my style. I'm sorry. So, this does look good enough. And I could put something back if I felt like it. But I want the whole back. I want it at least 2 wide. The entire back of my island. I've always done it that way. I don't think that's something I could ever change. So, for the time being, this is what it looks like. This is how I'm going to have it. But I think at this point, I knew I was going to do this, but sorry, that was my chair. At this point in the game, I'm trying to decide where I'm going to put all my villagers and my house. And it's difficult. Well, I won't say it's difficult. What I will say is I have ideas in my head, but then when I look at the map, implementing them is not going to be as easy as I think it might be. So I'm a little lost. That's the best way I can think to describe how I feel at the moment. And this always happens. I spend so much time staring at the map. I think what I want to do will work. And obviously that is not open enough. I'm not happy with those 2 ponds at the top. I think they look a little silly. I can rework them. And the second option is to get rid of the 3rd tier entirely or create a new 3rd tier. But my thinking is I would like to add more 2nd tier in the back of the island. So that would mean reworking the 2 ponds that turn into rivers that go down to waterfalls that stream out to the main arteries on the west and south end of our island. And it seems logical in my head. It seems doable until I start doing this. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Where am I going to put this? And how is that going to work? And this isn't going to fit here if I do that. And oh my goodness. It seems to me that other people who work on these islands, they just hit the go button and then they hit the stop button and they're done. And it's like, all I want to do is make you guys aware that I do plan, I do concentrate, I do study, and as important as that seems to 99.5% of the population, no matter how often I do that, it doesn't help, it doesn't work. And I always have to scrap something, rework something else, throw away a 3rd thought, and it takes time. I cannot just pick up the shovel and a half hour later in the video, absolute perfection has been performed and everything looks marvy. That's just, it's not me. It's not in my DNA. It's not in the cards. I do not have that kind of a lifestyle, if you want to call it that. I just can't do it. But I like the island as it is. I've said that several times now. I don't want to destroy it, but I do want to make it mine. And I hope that doesn't include destroying a lot of it. The natural features are fine, it's just that I'm not up here that often. So it doesn't really mean all that much to me. Here's my idea. I would like all of the villagers to live relatively close together. Maybe not all of them, but like maybe 3 and then 4 and then 3 on a second tier, close enough to where I want to put the shops that they will more than likely congregate in the plaza. That's my thinking. Doesn't mean it's going to work. Yeah, now I've got to. And then I was looking at this and I'm like, there's not too much back here. I couldn't really decorate because the rocks are so tiny. There aren't too many ledges. Like on our last island, I think there were 2 relatively nice sized ledges. I got some flags back there and the yacht. We don't have that this time, but I had to remind myself that is beside the point. I want it open so that I can have full access. And yeah, I might oh my goodness, I might still add an incline or 2. Because another thought I had was going straight through the middle, well, not necessarily the middle, but closer to the west end of the island, and incline up and then incline down at the back. But I don't know. And this thing here has, I'm sorry, bothered me from the start. It's cute, but at the same time, it's kind of pointless. You can't really put a house or anything there. It's too small. It's too close to the river, which I could move. But my thinking is to take that, the east river that's on the 3rd and 2nd tier going down and shoving it even closer toward the ocean and having it come straight down where the campsite is and meet this part of the river here. So if that river came down right behind the campsite and then curved into this natural river, that would be awesome. And then between those two, I could have the ramp that goes up to the 2nd level and then down to the back of the island. I would have to push all of that West River over closer to the campsite and have it connect to the river going down to the south. And then those 2 third tiers between there is where I would, well, do I want to keep that? Maybe keep the 3rd tier on the west side of the island and get rid of the 3rd tier on the east? Or I might be saying that opposite. I don't know. It might be the river that's messing me up. But I'll tell you another thing that seems odd to me is when you watch other people design their island, it seems like they have 0 problems with space. They just keep throwing stuff down and putting a house here and decorating that house and adding bridges and walkways and walls, the dirt, the terraforming walls and things like that, waterfalls. And they somehow manage to get it all in so that there's still space. I don't know how they do it. I put down 3 houses and my island's full. I have no room to do anything. And it's like, well, I've got 8 more to go plus my house. I know it's all going to work itself out. This is just the most difficult time that I have in the game. I'm not saying I don't like terraforming. I appreciate that it's even there. And it is fun. But it's not fun when you're trying to make a video and get the video out on time. And this is as good as it gets. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't want to rip you guys off, but we are doing the day by day. I know it says Sunday. I scrapped that idea of trying to record on the day that the video would be showing up for you guys in YouTube. I can't. I just can't do it. So I'm just going to record day to day for me, and you guys are going to get weird dates when you watch it. I'm not going to worry about that. But yeah, where I'm standing at the moment, I think I'm going to either get rid of that and start it on the second level, or bring it all the way down toward the campsite and let it connect up with our original river. And that will give us plenty of room to add the houses. No, it won't. No, it won't. You watch. I'm not going to get 10 houses in any logical space. I could get rid of that part of the river altogether. I don't know. I'm just so confused. I feel battered and defeated at this point because I'm already losing control of all of the ideas that are still floating around in my head. The more I look at the map, the more I realize that nothing I want to do is going to work. Sorry, that was my chair again. So I just don't know. But I'm going to continue to chip away at the back of the island so that I can at least get that open. So I dug up all the flowers and moved some trees, and now I just got to get rid of it all. Yeah, see, it's open. And I love it. Even though there's not too much in the way of decorating back there, at least it's open by a depth of 2. And I love this. This helps me so much. I'm not banging into anything. No scrapes, no cuts, no bruises on my character. I know, ridiculous. So now what I want to do is maybe chip away at this goofy outcropping here. I don't get it. Well, could have done something with it. Maybe I'll put it back. I don't know. I think it's weird. It's just there. And I don't understand it. Well, let me try to say this logically. It doesn't make sense for what I am attempting. So I'm going to remove it, and if I need it back, I will put it back. But right now, I think it's causing my brain to pause in my thinking. It's like, well, you can't do that because that's there. You can't do that because the river's right there. That's not going to work because that cliff is there. So if I remove it and look at the map again, that might help. Another thing I have to mention, and I'm sure this is the case for a lot of you who do this, your initial intention is to leave the island as pristine and as you found it as you can possibly do. But then when push comes to shove and you really want to make your island look nice and decorate and design it the way you intend to, that it just doesn't work. It's not working. So you have to sacrifice. And you have to start removing what is there naturally. I'm not saying that people have not successfully decorated islands, leaving it completely natural and never once picking up a terraforming tool. And I salute you. Believe me, I salute you. It's just never been something I have desired to do. My interest when I do this is getting all the kids together in a nice, cutely decorated neighborhood so that everybody can kind of walk on by and want to touch something or sit on something or read something at somebody else's house, and give them much closer access to the shops. So hopefully there will be more excitement and enjoyment and camaraderie going on in the plaza. That's always been my goal when I'm designing an island. So one last time, I'm going to have to stare again and see if I can do it. And at this moment, it looks like that river on our right side, on the east, on the third tier coming down to the second and first, that's going to have to go or shift. I haven't decided yet. Oh, I hope that makes sense. And then I am still going to lift the river near our resident services. I'm still going to curve that around. I hope it works. Or I don't know. But thanks so much for sticking with me to the end of this weird video. I appreciate your support. Like the video if you did, and subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves and have a fantastic day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.